Welcome to the Legacy Builders strategy video. Now, before we get into the presentation, I want to share my short story on when I first heard about this Enagic business, and then 7 years later, when I actually got into this Enagic business, and sort of the mindset and what happened along those years. So when I first heard about this was back in, I believe, 2009. So I was about 22, 23 years old, maybe 24. And Balazs's mom just found this amazing product. So you heard Balazs's story before. He had these bad stomach issues all through elementary and high school, got his gallbladder removed. All of these symptoms got a million times worse. Susanna, Balazs's mom, gave up on Western medicine and started to look around like, what is wrong with my child? So as she was researching, diverticulitis and colon cancer and IBS and acid reflux and ulcerative colitis and all of these different things, like what is wrong with my child? She stumbled upon electrolyzed reduced water. But what is electrolyzed reduced water? No one ever heard about that. And most people that you talk to, 99 out of 100 people, have no idea what we're talking about. So at 22 years old, I see this machine for the first time. I remember it was in summer. We're going to the beach that day, and Balazs is like, "Hey man, you gotta hydrate, drink this water." So he hands me a glass and he's like, taste it. So, taste it. He goes, "No, really taste it." I'm like, "I'm really tasting it, man." And at the time, it tasted good. But I got to be honest, at 22 years old, you're not usually drinking a ton of water. That's usually not on your priority list. At the time, it was coffee, energy drinks, sodas, basically everything but water. So, it was great tasting water. It felt different in your mouth. It's like a silky, there's no tingy metal taste. You absorb this water 15 times faster than regular tap water. So at the time, all we knew was this was anti-hangover water. And at the time, my group of friends were still very, very close today, all through high school, all through elementary school. We finally heard of the business part of this. And this was probably about 6 months in. Now, at the time, Balazs was working nights at a restaurant, and he was also doing a multi-level marketing, sort of network marketing business. I believe it was coffee. And he was doing very, very well. He had a 6 Series BMW drop top, put these nice big rims on it. And 22 years old, you got that car, man, you are, you're the boss. But it wasn't really meeting his expectations. Balazs is he's a human connection guy. And at the time, this was an auto ship. It was like $100 a month. It was a coffee supplement or, a certain type of coffee you drink in the morning, makes you lean or whatever it was, whatever their, shiny ball thing was, tick or trip. Anyways, he didn't like it. It was constant attrition, which means people would come in, they would be there for a few months, and then they would quit. And these are exactly the sort of businesses that we want to get away from. This is the plaster all over Facebook and constantly be up on your friends and family members to buy this product, and there's a sale on and all this sort of stuff. And Balazs was looking for something more long-term, something more concrete. And he noticed his mom doing very well in Enagic. So while Balazs was at home during the day, all of the people that his mom was doing water shares with were coming over in the middle of the day and sharing these ridiculous, amazing stories of like how their arthritis went away and they dropped a lot of weight and their blood pressure went down and their skin cleared up and like all these amazing success stories. And Balazs is filling up these water bottles and you're like, wow, like every single person that tries this water loves it. And I'm literally trying to drag people by their toenails to buy this other product, to build this other business. And like, why don't I just help my mom? Why don't I go all in and really take this to the next level? This is when Balazs really started to create the vision for the global prosperity movement, which is the blanket, I guess you call it, group that we're with now. And we are the fastest growing Enagic team on the planet. Balazs has been 10 years into his business. He is in the top 10 of the world right now. And I guarantee you, within the next 2 years, Balazs will be #1 in this company. And this company's been around for longer than most of us have been alive. So let's fast forward to the good part. We get a VHS tape. Okay, so there's 7 of our friends together. We're in Balazs's living room. They put in this VHS tape. They start talking about the water and how amazing it is and the origins of the company. And then they go through the traditional comp plan, which we're going to go through here in a second. And when I saw that you can make $2,000 commission, I was like just absolutely floored. if you are in commissions or ever done any commission sales before, you know that 57% is absolutely unheard of. Like it just does not happen in the real world. Generally, the company gets paid the majority of the money. You as a sales rep never get paid the majority of the money. So at the time, I was working selling cell phones at a local TELUS. Again, I've been in sales my entire life, always looking for the next best thing. And then I see this amazing opportunity. Everything was going great until I saw the price. Now, most people, this is where they get shut off. They immediately shut it down. They're, what? That's so expensive. And my thought process was, if this was so good, then everybody would already have it. If this was so good, then the government would be supplying this to the people. Like, this is literally how I thought. Like, I literally thought the government had our best interest. Now, we all know that is not the case, right? These last 3 years, the government doesn't care about your health. They care about your health insurance payment. They don't care about your finances. They care about the finances of the people at the top. And they want you to basically be in the system, right? They don't want you to be sovereign, make your own money, be healthy, save on taxes, and basically blaze your own trail. But at the time, you're 22 and you don't know what you don't know. So we had 7 of our friends there. 4 of them bought. That was Reggie, Shane, Nathan, and Balaj. Obviously, well, Balaj bought his own machine because at the time it was his mom's. And then myself, Ryan, and Nathan said no. It was Shane that bought. So we ended up completely hating on this. I was the biggest skeptic. And the reason why I was a skeptic, it wasn't because I didn't think the product was good. I love the product. Like, let's be honest. You see this product, it's the best product in the world. It's the highest quality water you can put into your body. You are made of water. Like, it just makes sense. You save on taxes, where literally the government will buy this machine for you. If you have a day job and you're paying taxes off of your check, there's a giant chunk of money, probably 20, 30, even 40% going to the government. And that is your money that you made. And all we're going to do is take your personal expenses, turn them into business expenses. We do income splitting. You will save a ton of money. So the money's not really the issue either. So what was it? What was holding me back? It was my belief in myself. I was scared that I would get into this business and not do nearly as good as I thought I would do. I was the best sales guy. Every job I went to, I was the best. I was the top. But now it was on me. And I had limiting beliefs around how good I could do or how good I should do based on my level of experience. And I completely shut it down. And I actively discouraged my friends who got into it, which, I mean, this is my story, right? I'm just being honest with you. I was that guy. So whenever someone's like, you know, my friend thinks it's a pyramid scheme, or, you know, my parents think it's a scam, or, you know, some dude that you would not trade bank accounts with is trying to give you advice, I was that guy. And this is why I'm so open. This is why I really give people a lot of leeway when it comes to this business, because the biggest skeptics can be the biggest earners inside of this business. And I'm telling you, when we start going through some of the slides here and actually showing you how we've recreated how this business works, we've completely changed the strategies, and we found ways, basically loopholes in this compensation plan to give you 100% control. So I just wanted to let you guys know that, you know, when I first got into this business, it wasn't so peachy. It wasn't like, wow, this is amazing, I'm in right away. It was timing. And when the timing is right, you will know, because you'll feel it in here. The product will make sense. You'll see the group and community and say, well, these are amazing people that I think I can work with. And then it just comes down to you. Do you believe in yourself enough to invest in you? Because at the end of the day, whether you do it or you don't do it is your decision. So I'm going to jump into some slides here and we're going to break down the comp plan, and I hope you enjoy it. All right, so welcome to the presentation. So what we are going to cover today is really 3 main topics. The first is how we actually changed Enagic, their business compensation plan. Everybody does this business the way we do this business now, or they should if they want to make a lot of money. So we changed it in 2013. We created something called the trifecta, and I'm going to walk you through that. Also, how to earn all 8 points in less than half the time it takes you to get to 6A. So not only do we change the strategy, but the actual workload has been cut down dramatically. And then how to build your golden triangle, which is essentially buying yourself your own positions in order to guarantee your success to your 682-3 and above, which is the lifetime income you can pass on to your kids. It's why we're called legacy builders. This is why I put every ounce of energy I have into this business, because I know that there is a pot of gold at the end of that rainbow, and I'm going to get there no matter what. With or without you, I will make it. All right, let's move on. So the Enagic business model. Yes, this is a real business. This is such a real business. It's been probably longer than you've been alive. There's no sign-up fees. So once you're in forever. There's no monthly qualifications. So there's no auto ship, and you're not having to stock inventory. You don't have a garage full of boxes. There's no renewals. You have accumulative sales. So as we're building teams, I've always said, I might not be a millionaire on my own, but I guarantee you I can find enough people that want to be a millionaire with me. We're international, so you can take this business anywhere in the world, and there's 9 ways to earn commission. So I'm going to show you 1, 2, 3 ways, but there's 9 ways that we earn commissions. And if there's time, I'll break down a little bit of that as well. And it pays daily. You make a sale, you get paid that day. They'll cut you a check, and it will be in the mail tomorrow, which is really, really awesome. So this is the perfect career. So if you're someone who, got out of high school, got a job, pays you the most amount of money for your skill set, which is basically nothing at the time, which is like most people, or maybe you went to college, university, and 16, 17 years old, you're in high school. What do you want to be when you grow up? What do you want to do? Like, man, I don't even know what I want to drive. I don't know what I want to eat for dinner tonight. And you're asking me at 16, 17 years old to choose what I want to do forever. I thought I'd be a fireman until my dad sat me down and said, you're making 60 grand a year and you're going to car crashes and drug overdoses, and like everything sort of changed. And once you get out of high school, obviously the most important thing is I need to make an income. I need to pay my rents. I need to build a life. So we find the job that pays us the most. But there's no boss. There's no commute. Like literally my bedroom is that way, like 20 feet. No politics. You can do, say, be whoever you want. Literally why I'm here, because I am not good with authority. I like to do things my way. No alarm clock, but you should be getting up early, because if you're an entrepreneur, you make your money in the AM, right? Put your profit producing activities at the start of your day. There's no compromise. There's no educational requirements. Doesn't matter if you graduated high school, went to college, university, does not matter. There's zero discrimination. This is the even playing field for anyone. If you think that maybe you didn't get, you don't have a rich uncle, you didn't get a scholarship, and now you're 30 years old or almost 40 years old, and you're like, I need to make up some time, like right now. Well, hey, you can come in and you can put everything you want into this business, and you will get what you are worth. There's no employees. So I'm not your boss. There's no one here that's your boss. You are the person that is responsible for making the decisions in your life, from everything that you do, what you read, who you hang out with, what time you get up in the morning, what sort of diet you have, how you spend your free time. Everything is up to you. And this is what scares a lot of people away, because they're like, well, I don't know what to do. It's like, well, that's why we're here. That's why the community is here. Follow the proven plan. And there's no overhead. Once you're in this business, you're in business for life. Okay. People always compare this and say, oh, that's super expensive. Compared to what? You go buy any other business, you will spend more money than this business will cost you for your entire life in your very first year, or in your very first 3 months, or maybe in your very first week in a traditional business. Which is obviously one of the reasons why I am doing this. So this is the perfect business model. We literally have the best product in the world. This is the best. And you're made of water. That should be pretty high on your priority list. Cancer, disease, all of these sort of things that can absolutely take us out. You really want to be proactive. I always ask people, they go, oh, that's expensive. I go, well, when was the last time that you invested anything into your health without being sick? $0. Nobody does anything. So this is a hedge against all of those bad things going down the road. You buy this today, you have peace of mind forever. And not just you, but your entire family. There's unlimited income. Well, don't really need to say much more than that. There is residual income, which is why we build teams. Okay. Personal growth. You will become the best version of yourself. Once you get rid of your job and there's no more 8, 9 hour, 10, 12 hours a day, 5 days, 6 days a week at someone else's job. A lot of people, I'm a carpenter, or I'm a secretary, or I'm a nurse, or whatever. You're not your job. You are you. So once we get this job out of the way, and you get to really develop your own skill sets and your own hobbies and your own value system, you really get to become the person you want to be, which makes it meaningful. And we do this in a community. So everything that we're going to ask you to do is done before. It's international. There's very, very low risk. You will save more money than this business will cost you over the next 3 years, guaranteed. Okay. Like there's literally a fraction of people that will not get a massive amount of money back. If you have a normal job, paying normal taxes with normal living expenses, you're on the doorstep of saving a ton of money. Very low startup costs in consideration to everything because we can finance this stuff for a fraction of the cost of the products. Amazing tax benefits, time freedom, guys, time freedom. I spent the last 2 days riding my Harley up the mountains, freezing cold ice rivers, jumping in and having fun, and everyone else is working in the middle of the day. I create content. I put that out there for people. Time freedom is what they want. I'm literally talking to a guy right now who's making $300,000 a year in cybersecurity. And he's like, Kev, I just want my freedom. Follow me, man. We'll do this. And this is economy proof. We went through the pandemic. We blew up. Everybody wants to learn how to make money from home. They want to get healthy. They want to save on taxes. This is where most people go when times get tough because there's a power in numbers. You're by yourself, something happens to your job, that's super, super risky. This is literally the least risky thing you can do because you're going to have a lot of people by your side. Okay, so this is the cash flow quadrant. If you have read this book before, basically what we're going to take you is from employee and self-employed. We're going to take you over into business owner. And then as a business owner, you are going to start investing into yourself and other people. We always talk about Bitcoin and gold and real estate. I invest in human potential because if you're like me back in 2015 and you come in and do what I did in this business in your first 6 to 12 months, you're going to make me a ton of money. And this is why we do this is I am willing to bet on the people that may not have had all of the easy ways through life. Because when you hit 30 years old, something changes. You become super determined, super focused. You just want what you want and you go into this tunnel vision. I want to be a part of that success because with the right coaching, the right products, and the right team, you can do 10 years of work in about 6 months to a year. And our 3 key principles is physical health, financial health, and peace of mind. So Enagic is a Japanese company that's been around for a very, very, very long time. So they actually began in 1974 as a branch of Sony. So the same guys that make your Sony PlayStation or the TV hanging on your wall, this is where it came from. So a lot of people, I've never heard of this before. Well, have you ever heard of Sony? Well, yeah, of course. Well, that's where it came from. And the reason why we are the best of the best is because this is the highest quality medical grade ionizer on the market. So in this picture below, each machine gets built by one tech and tested 22 times, or there's 22 points of inspection, tested 5 times by 5 different techs. So one guy builds it, and then it goes through a 22-point inspection 5 different times before it actually goes into the box and gets sent to your house. They're also an original equipment manufacturer. So every single thing that they use, they make in-house, all the way down to their boxes. This is what sets us apart. Don't let anyone tell you, oh, I got the equivalent or I have one that's, it's like, no, you don't. No, you don't. Very, very strong culture to this company. And Mr. Oshiro, that gentleman at the top, he is well into his 80s and he is living his best life. What an amazing guy who patented this compensation plan in the 80s, gives it all back to his community, set up the 682-3 investment bonuses for us specifically, and puts everything back into their compensation plan. When you hit the rank of 682-3, you'll be able to go to Japan. They'll plant a tree for you. You get to see the facilities. And with any luck, you'll get to meet him as well. So here is a little snapshot of all the people that you know that drink Kangen water. So we have right here, 10 of the top paid athletes in the world all drink Kangen water. We have a lot of celebrities, some you love, some you hate, but every single one of these people drinks Kangen water. Tom Brady down here with his machine, his SD501. Steven Tyler, Conor McGregor broke his leg and bought 6 machines at one time. Mayweather, Pacquiao, Tiger Woods, when he crashed and broke his back, he was on Kangen water. And then Uncle G down here. I got a lot of sales guys in my community, and they all go, oh, that's the water that Grant talks about all the time. And every single one of these people will tell you that this is the best water in the world and they will drink nothing but this water. And none of them are getting paid. They went out on their own and bought this machine because they knew it was good for them. And these guys, these are the top people in the industry in the world. They can buy anything they want. And they chose this for a reason. So don't let don't let your best friend who knows nothing about anything try to tell you that this isn't the best product in the world. Okay. Or your mom or your dad or your coworker or anybody you would not trade bank accounts with. Because I don't know about you guys, but I would pretty much trade my bank account with any single person on this list here. So it just goes to show the people at the top of their game, the people that can afford it, the people that want it, the people that prioritize their health and wellness, invest in this machine because they know it is the right thing to do. All right, so we're going to jump into the compensation plan now. So grab a pen and paper. Make sure you're ready to go to take some notes here. You might want to have a list of notes on your coaching call. This is definitely going to be the place for your notepad. And I'm going to try my best to go through this as slow as I can, explain everything as clear as I can. As long as you get the main concept, which is pretty straightforward, you will have a big smile on your face. So the only thing you need to do in order to become a distributor is own a product. And this could be any product. It could literally even be an Ukon if you wanted to. Now, we don't necessarily do that. There's some reasons why, but any machine, any product, an Anespa, JR4, SD501, K8, SD501 Super, doesn't matter. All you need is an ID number. There is no monthly, annual, auto ship, nothing. One time you're in, one purchase, and you're in business for life, which is another thing. Like, remember, I don't know how old you are, but add 5 years, 10 years, 20, 30, 40 years. If you get to 62-3 and you get a $60,000 a year income guaranteed for life, would that not be worth it? Because most people spend 40 years at some dude's corporation or some business to get maybe a gold watch at the end of the whatever and $1,200 Social Security if you're lucky. And all of that stuff, like all the Social Securities and the RRSPs and all this sort of retirement plans that we have, based on the way the world's going right now, that's not going to be there in 15, 20 years. It's just not. So you really got to be proactive. You really got to have long-term thinking and really build a vision for your life of where do you want to be in 5 to 10 years, especially if things keep going the way that they're going. And start with cash flow on day one. You make a sale today, you get paid today. So that we're going to go through the comp plan with the K8. And this is sort of to give you a baseline of like the old way that we used to do things. So the Enagic K8 is the flagship machine. This is the top of the top of the best of the best, not just in Enagic, but in the entire industry. This is the only one that we're the only ones that are medical grade. So any ionizer from Enagic is medical grade and will produce your 11.5 and your 2.5 hypochlorous acid. So the price of the machine is $49.80, and the total commission that will get paid out is $2,720 per sale. It's like, it's hard not to smile. Hard not to smile when I say that. And the commissions are divided up into 8 separate points. So just like pieces of pizza, each point or each slice of pizza is going to be worth $340. So the way that this thing worked and the way the old style of doing this business, and the reason I say old style is because up till about 10 years ago, Enagic did their business one way, and they have their 8-point system that has been patented for a very, very long time. But when we looked at this at the start, we went, okay, 1A, so we need 2 mandatory 1A sales. You personally have to sell 2 things in order for you to be able to rank up. This is important that you understand this. So we realized, so we got 2 1A sales, we got 2A, 3A, 4A, 5A, 6A. 6A is 100 units. So we get to the rank of 6A, we're making $2,000 per sale. But maybe you see what I see. This little Pac-Man here, like these 2 slices of pizza. I don't know, like those are going to the top, right? The guy that brought you in. I got to be honest with you. I'm not going to put my heart and soul and every ounce of energy I have into a business knowing that 25% of my income and my effort is always going to get paid out to the person above me. Just not really, it's one of those things where amazing compensation plan, nothing wrong with it. But for someone like myself, I want massive commissions. I want life-changing money. I want to get out of my job soon enough. 100 sales, 100 people, 2,000 a sale, 2 points going up. So Shane bought And his very first sale was to a gentleman named Jordan. And Jordan was a professor of, I think, biology at UBC. And Jordan dove into the compensation plan. He knew the product, he knew his stuff. So he just went to everybody who understands this, and he was literally able to sell 87 machines in his first year. Shane's like, man, if he was in my 2A, I would have made double the commission. Like, oh man, that's so much money. And what they also realize is most people, once you have this water in your life, you sometimes want a second unit, or you want to get the shower unit to get rid of the chlorine, because when you stop drinking chlorinated water, you will start, like, your sense of smell is going to come back. Your sense of taste, it will be heightened, and you're going to smell the chlorine in your tap water. So a lot of people instinctively were looking to get the Enespa, a few sales down the road. And so sort of light bulb came off. Like, okay, well, the old way of doing this was, like, I don't even think there's 87 here, but this is like $340 all the way down, 87 sales in his 1A lane. It's like, man, if he was just over here, every single one of these boxes would have been 680, as long as there's points available to come up. But that's a lot of money. A lot of money. And remember, you sell to this person sells, you're getting paid $340 off their sale. So not only are you making more off your sale, but you're making more on your downline sales and your downline sales. And this can be very, very lucrative in the long run. And so we're like, we had our eyes set on this 2A. And I know right now you're probably looking down here going, $1,130? What? $3,390? How do we get there, Kev? How does this all work? Well, this is how we change the game. Now, one thing I want to bring up before we move ahead is 90% of the people that you bring into this business will get started the way you do. So to create that duplication, if you want to do things the business way, we really encourage you to go trifecta. If you're an end user, side business, do it when it's convenient, love your job, but just want to get the water, save on taxes, that's completely cool too. But just to let you know, people will follow you into battle the same way that you invest yourself. Because remember, this is also a reflection on how you value yourself. Are you willing to invest, go into deep water, bet on you? That's a big part of this business. So the trifecta, how does this work? Well, we fill up your 2 mandatory 1A positions, so we don't get the Shane and Jordan complex. You're going to double your commission on your very first sale, which when we move into trifectas, is a lot of money. You earn commissions off your own 2 sales to yourself in your 1A lanes, which happens to help us when we're getting started, gives us a little bit of breathing room to get our first sales. 90% of the people will invest the way you did. And now there's only 33 sales or 33 people in order to hit the rank of 6A. This is where I was like, really? So I went from 100 sales down to 33 sales, and I'm getting paid more? I'm listening. So essentially what we're doing here is you buy 3 products. You only buy 1 product off of your sponsor, and you sell yourself your first 2 1A positions, which is going to obviously prevent us from having the Shane and Jordan issue. And your next sale is going to go into your 2A lane. Now, another thing, once we figured out this trifecta that you could buy and sell to yourself, we're like, wait a second. We can buy and sell to ourselves to actually create our golden triangle, which we're going to cover here in a second. So the traditional trifecta, the most popular trifecta. Now, again, a trifecta is just simply 3 machines. It could be any 3 machines. It could be 3 K8s. It could be 3 Enespas. It could be any combination of 3. Generally, 2 machines and an Ukon, because the Ukon is a bit of a residual that comes out every 4 months, and this will actually add to your points. So a K8, you sell a K8 for 5,000, you get 1 point. You sell an Ukon for 760, that's also 1 point. You renew your own Ukon, that is, again, a sale to your 6As as well. So the total payout is $4,520 per sale. Again, it's so hard not to smile, man. These are great numbers. So this is how the trifecta works. You're going to come in and you buy an Enespa off of your sponsor. You will sell yourself a K8 in your 1A lane, and you will earn $340. You will also sell yourself an Ukon in your 1A lane, which will earn you $40. So you're going to get paid $380 to start with a trifecta, and this is going to help with your payments down the road. Your very first sale. So you come in, you buy a trifecta, your best friend is like, wow, this is an amazing business. I want to do this as well. And I highly recommend that if you have a friend, a best friend, do this together. It's amazing. It makes things so much easier. A little bit of friendly competition. And it's really nice to have someone that's at the starting line with you. So by putting your very first sale in your 2A lane, you are going to get 2 points. So if we add 2 times 340, 2 times 185, 2 times 40, you are earning $1,130 off your very first sale. So I remember seeing this and being like, so you're telling me right out of the gate, I'm making $1,000? It's like, yep. It's like, okay, when I was working at Harley Davidson, I had to sell a $30,000 motorcycle to make $500. So you're telling me I sell something for $8,500 and I could get paid basically 2.5 bikes worth of the effort I did at Harley? It's like, yeah. And then the person that I sold to, if they sell a trifecta, I'm going to make $1,130 off them as well? Yeah. And then it goes down again and I make another 11. It's like, yep. Mine starts to explode because, you're going to put your time and effort into something. Might as well be something that where you can compound and build leverage. So remember, our goal is 6A and above. And this goal is 6A2-3, this golden triangle right here. Now, the beautiful thing about this golden triangle is this is simply duplication. Simply duplication. So we realize that you can buy another product, and you can literally own all 3 positions in your golden triangle. The reason why this is so important is because you can now guarantee your success. You can guarantee your way to 6A2-3 with or without anyone's help. You will make it as long as you set your goal, you understand your story, you have a vision, and you share that with people. The product's too good. It's going to sell. The compensation's too good. I saw this. You're telling me I'm going to get 60 grand a year forever after I hit this point, no matter what. Yeah, I'm in. So 6A2 is simply 2 6As below you. Now, Balage's group called GPM, the race of 6A2, is called that because, to be completely honest, overall, 6A2 is probably the rank that will be the most impactful to your bottom line. And the reason is as you're building this business, you hit the rank of 6A2, you get 8 levels of 6As deep, infinitely wide, forever. You will earn $20 a month. And then every quarter, they take all of those sales again, and they give you $14. So let's say you're doing, for easy numbers, 100 sales in your month. 100 sales per month in your business. That's an extra 2 grand. And then every quarter, they're going to give you another $1,400 on top of that for the exact same sales that they already paid you on. It's just absolutely bonkers. You also get a $6,000 bonus for hitting the rank of 6A2, and you get a $3,000 bonus for hitting your ranks of 6A. These all add up. This is super, super awesome stuff. All right, let's keep going. Really? How can I get all 8 points? This was something that really turned the tide for me. I was like, okay, I'm going to get all the money now. Show me. So we figured out something like this. Maybe you've seen this already. Maybe you haven't. But you get to the rank of 4A. Now remember, 1A is your first 2 sales. 2A is 10 sales. 3A is 20 sales. 5A, 50 sales. 6A, 100 sales. It's like, wait a second. So if we go from 0 to 4A, we're getting half the money at only 20 sales. So 20% of the work, 20% of the 6A, but we're getting half the money. Well, what if we just bought ourselves another machine and basically became our own sponsor, got that to the rank of 4A? You're getting all the money. So on your we'll call this your 21st sale. We'll call it your 42nd sale. You're now making all 8 points. So instead of 100 sales, 100 people, now it's only 40 sales. But if we're doing trifectas, okay, well, now it's only 13 sales. It's only 13 people. And they don't even have to be all your people. They just have to be in the right positions. So now we're talking 13 sales. You get to the rank of 4A, stack up again to 4A. Now you're making what? $4,000, $4,100 per trifecta, $2,700 per K8 sale. This is when things were like, I can make it to 4A, get another machine, make it to 4A as well. And another thing is most people want a second machine to loan out. You loan it to someone, you give it to them for 3 weeks. You say, hey man, just drink the water. Just drink the water. If you like it, you can get one. If you don't, just give it back. We call it the puppy dog effect. And they build a habit. They feel great. And then generally you get the machine back. And then the next day they're like, oh, tap water, bottled water, making their coffee. Oh, man, I need one of those machines if they haven't bought already. But a lot of the sale is done after you take it away. But once you build that habit, once you have this machine in your life, you will never go back to drinking tap water. You will never. If I'm riding my Harley and I run out of water, I go home. That's it. Sorry, guys, I'm out of here. But luckily, almost all of my friends have machines. But you basically become your own upline. And that's really what we want to focus on here. You will get all 8 points of the pizza without having to reach 100 sales for 75%. You could do only 40 sales or 13 trifectas and get 100%. So how this works is you are going to come in and you are going to sell your very first 3 trifectas inside of your 2A lane. This is going to earn you approximately $3,400 on top of your 380. Not a bad start. Your next trifecta sale, you have the person, they're ready to go. Before we process that sale, we are going to process your own Ukon. This will be your first stack or your first eagle position. So when we're looking at that golden triangle, this will be one side of the bottom of your triangle. Well, what ends up happening is your Ukon earns 1 point. Just like any other business center, when you sign up, you must make your 2 1A sales. So we put a trifecta underneath in your 1A. Well, that's going to get paid 1 point because this Ukon is in your 3A lane and it's bought off of your Anespa. You will earn 3 points. So now we're earning 4 points on our third sale. We literally just doubled our income. Imagine going into a new job and say, hey, listen, I'm gonna focus on at least 1 sale a month. Okay, so we'll keep it pretty generic and we'll just do 1 sale a month. 3 months into your new job, you're like, hey boss, I've been doing a good job for the last 3 months. I want 100% increase in my pay for the exact same amount of work I'm going to do next month. They tell you to, go get your head checked. And this is literally what we're offering you here. You reinvest back into your business. Instead of $3,300 per sale, you're now making $3,300 here. You're now making $6,600, $2,260 per sale. And remember, anybody that sells, so this guy here sells a trifecta, you're making $2,260 off their sale as well. So now we have 1, 2, 9. So this is 11. This is our 12th sale. We have 9 more here. So we're at 21. Our 22nd sale is going to fall into our 4A lane. And we're going to do the exact same thing again. We're going to get another Ukon position. This Ukon will get 1 point. Your top position, Anespa, will earn 4 points. Now we're at 28.25 per trifecta sale. And when this ranks up into 2A, your next sale is going to go under there and you're going to go to $3,300 a sale. But the most important thing is both of your stack positions have been created and they're both ready to rank up. You are now on your way to getting all 8 points. So this is a snapshot of my genealogy. I know a lot of people always say, yeah, Kev, I love that you can show it or present it, but I want to see it done. Well, this is my genealogy when I first got started back in so February 21st of 2015. Again, very skeptical. I called my friends crazy. I said this was a pyramid scheme. I laughed at him. I said it was never going to work. And when I first got the machine, I'm like, I'm going to drink this stuff for a few weeks, really make sure this is what it is, guys. I was raring to go, man. When like all of this stuff that you're seeing right now, when this landed and it hit home, I'm like, there's no better option for me to make an amazing living than this here right now. Also, it's a product I care about. Like, I made a water. That's important to me. I've always been in shape. Yeah, I want this thing. And yeah, I want to save on taxes. And yeah, I can share this with people. I know this is going to be an amazing business. And I remember back in the day, Blaj telling me, he goes, Kev, we're in this so early. This is going to be like a microwave for everybody. And we're just at, like, most people don't even know about this. If you get into this business now, you will be able to ride that wave. This will be everywhere. And it's getting more popular every single day. There's never been a better time than right now to get started. But as you can see here, I bought a trifecta. So my Inespa, I bought off of my sponsor. So that's his sale on his genealogy report. My first sale was my K8. My second sale was my Yukon, both in my 1A lane. Ryan, remember that guy I told you? At the 7 of us? Hey, Ryan, we're doing this business. And he's like, sure, man. He was living in Alberta at the time. We all were, friends in BC. He's like, Kev, if you can help me out, which again is all what this business is about, is helping each other. You can help close my sales. I will go all in with you. And we're best friends. We're like, all right, man, we're not leaving you behind. Let's go. So he came in as my very first 2A sale. My mom and my aunt both came in with trifectas. My mom and my aunt both had breast cancer scares when I was in high school. So when this came up, I was like, you're doing this no matter what. Just the way it is, ladies. I never met my girlfriend's mom. She died 3 months before I met her. I never met my grandma on my mom's side. I'm not saying this for any sympathy, but a lot of the women in my life, all my grandparents died when I was in high school. They all died of heart disease and cancer. And at 29 years old, I didn't live the healthiest life in the world. I'm like, I really need to be proactive. Money comes, money goes. I need peace of mind. And this really gives me peace of mind. If you want to look more into that, epigenetics by Bruce Lipton, The Biology of Belief. Okay, so my first 3 trifectas, Ryan, Barbara, and Lorraine, I had my very first stack in my 3A lane. Okay, now there is another genealogy that you're not seeing that obviously got paid some money here, but we'll stick to this for now. My next sale, Stuart. Actually, I put Stu under my mom. Kimberly sold to Tammy. I made all of my sales again. My next stack came into my 4A lane. So I am showing you this because that's this little highlighted part at the bottom. From March 28th of 2015 to May 15th of 2015, 6 weeks from starting my business, I earned $10,390 in commission, not including the 1A points from here, because again, this is a stacked in my 3A. So this would have been another 565. So we'll call it 1,500. So almost $12,000. If you would have told me when I, like, way back in the day, hey, Kev, you're going to make 12 grand in your first 6 weeks, I'd be like, dude, sign me up. I am in. We don't know. You got to get out of your own way. You got to stop making excuses. You got to stop telling yourself why you can't do this. And, you're not a tech guy and it's too overwhelming and you don't have the time. And it's like, listen, you can do this. If I can do that, if I can make $12,000 in my very first 6 weeks with zero experience and none of this online stuff, because all this online stuff, we didn't have this back in the day. This was like shaking hands and doing demos in the middle of your living room and getting dressed up with suit and tie on your days off and knocking doors and cold calling. That's what I did. Now it's, take a picture of yourself doing your hobby and share it with people that want to do what you do and send them through an automated sales funnel. It's like batting practice. It really is. Anyways, so I'll let you know it can be done, and it can be done in 6 weeks or less. You can do this in 4 weeks, but you can have $10,000 months in this business very, very, very quickly. So how does this whole thing go down? Well, we have the slow way and then we have the fast way. All right, so how does this all break down? Well, we have the slow way and then we have the fast way. So the slow way is a single machine. It could be any machine, but for this example, we're using the K8. You can finance for $0 down, as low as $50 a month in the US. And like $50 a month, it's not even a half tank of gas. That's like, a couple pizzas. Or it's $50. It's like, you can't even take your kids to a movie for anything less than $50. And you can get into a business that can save you on your taxes and give you the ability to build leverage into your life and get around amazing people that really want to see you do well. $50 a month. And of course, you get all your write-offs. 120 up here in Canada. And that is usually the route that people go if you're getting a single machine. Now, if you want to do the business like I do the business, if you want to travel the world and you want to make a lot of money from your home and be your own boss and not have to worry about checking your bank account when you go to the grocery store and be able to do what you want when you want, then you are going to want to take the fast track. And the fast track is a trifecta. Now, again, a trifecta is any 3 machines, but in this example, we are using the K8, the Nespa, and the Ukon. So it's 8630 plus tax. You can finance this for as low as $90 a month in the US. Again, still less than a tank of gas for most of us here. Canada, anywhere from $190 to $225 a month. You get paid $380 to start. So generally, when you get a loan, you don't pay for your first 30 days. If you have a $200 a month payment, we have almost 2 months covered for you. So between you, your coach, and your sponsor, and all of your friends, family members, leads, whoever you know, whoever knows, likes, and trusts you, what are the chances that we can convert at least one trifecta sale within those 3 months? You get $1,130 back. You can take half of that, and you got 4 more payments, or you can take all of that, and you can literally almost pay your payments till the end of the year. So, 1 to 2 trifecta sales will pay all your payments till the end of the year. If you want to do the business like I do it, shoot for 6 trifectas within your first 6 to 8 weeks and just go after this. The quad. What goes beyond the trifecta? Well, we have something called the quad, and this is for people that are there. You already know, you already believe, you already have the structure, you already maybe have a team, but you're ready to go and you want to do this at the highest level possible right out of the gate. Well, this is essentially adding a K8 to your business already. So it's a trifecta with another K8. The big thing down here is 25 sales to achieve the rank of 6A. That is not a lot of sales. That's not a lot of people. That's a quarter of the time. So when we look at the 6A2-3 and you're like, oh man, there's so many sales. Not if you're doing trifectas or quads. You can get there pretty quick, actually. So how this looks is, well, I'm sure you figured this out. Just add another K8. So this is going to bring you up around a 13.6, which in all honesty is a fraction of what any other traditional business is going to cost you. And you now have 2 machines. You have one on your countertop. You have one that you loan out every 21 days. Here, drink it. And honestly, I'm batting 90%. If you have my K8, there's a 9 out of 10 chance that you're going to buy it. There's a 10 out of 10 chance that you do want it. 9 out of 10 chance that you are going to buy it. And you get paid $720 to start your business, which is amazing. Because again, if your payment is $140 a month or even $300 a month, we have a little bit of cushion in order to find yourself some sales. So how this works is your K8s are going to go into your first 2 1A lanes. Your Ukon is immediately going to drop into your 2A. This will be your first stack or your first eagle. You put a quad underneath that, you are now earning $2,715 off your very first sale. Very first sale, almost $3,000. That replaces some people's incomes. It's like, hey, my wife's working part-time. I need to make $2,700 to bring her home. Okay, well, come in with the quad, sell 1 quad a month, and you're there. And that's just a start. That's just a start. The commissions do go higher. This brings us to the main slide. And I call this main slide because I really want you to take your vision and expand it out to like a year or 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, however many years. But you have now achieved all 8 points. So you come in with the trifecta. You sell 13 trifectas, or maybe you sell 2 trifectas, and one guy goes and sells 6, and then another guy goes and sells 6, and now you're at all 8 points. Your next sale will be your 8-point sale. Well, if you're able to do 2 K8 sales a month, and I always say, you never, ever take a 0 in your business. You never have 0 sales per month in your business. It's just a big no-no. You're always looking for, I always shoot for minimum 2 sales a month, bare minimum 1 sale, right? Shoot a little higher, but let's just focus on 2 sales a month. As a producer, in a business that you're putting your heart and soul into, you should be able to produce 2 sales a month with the coaching, the community, the funnels, everything here. This is not a hard thing to do. So 2 K8 sales a month, $5,440 per month, times that by 12, you're replacing a $65,000 per year income with 2 sales a month. Okay. We move over to trifectas. Trifecta is going to get you $4,140 per sale. We're $8,280 per month, 99, almost 100 grand a year with 2 sales a month. 2 sales of $8,500, people financing this for as low as $90 a month. Save on their taxes, get around community of amazing people, and have the ability to make so much money, make your head spin. And then we go to the quad, which this is just bonkers. $6,440 per sale. $12,880 per month times 12, $154,560 per year on your own efforts. This isn't your downline help. This isn't your residual income. This isn't filter bonuses or 6A incentives or 6A group bonuses or quarterly bonuses, or like this is just your own production, $155,000 a year. So maybe you have the standard income in the United States is 38 grand. So you're literally able to almost put on $30,000 onto the medial income of the United States with 2 sales a month with K8s. You can more than double that with 2 trifectas. And you're like, what, 3 to 4 times that with 2 quads per month. And this is just a numbers game. It's just doing your content, staying very, very focused on your ads, making sure your numbers are right, and reinvesting into your business. And if you find someone like myself, someone who's so committed and they want to do this with or without you, or you find someone like a Balaj or a Brody, someone who's better than you at your own business, like you are going to profit amazing. And most people, they're going to opt in for a trifecta. It's the most affordable, but will also build you the most dense business you can build. And we'll get more into that in later trainings inside of our system. We start going over the 6A2 bonuses, but basically you want to keep as many sales within inside of your positions as possible. The K8 trifecta is the way to do this. And for most people, $100,000 a year is what you're looking for. So I really, really hope that this made sense. Thank you so much for watching this. I'm sure you have a list of notes. I know when I first saw this, my jaw hit the floor. I was just blown away. I had a career change in 2014. I completely switched careers. 4 months later, I got laid off 3 different times. Everyone told me to do it. I went to go make $100,000 a year at a different job. And basically, I was able to replace my income within 1 year in a brand new business. I went from the lowest point to my life to up on stage in Las Vegas, getting an award for my 6A a year after I started in a custom-made 3-piece suit, just living the life. And I'm telling you, you can do the exact same thing. You can do 5 to 10 years of production within the next 6 to 12 months if you just set your mind to it. And most importantly, get out of your own way. Let your true potential come to the surface and just believe in yourself. Because if I can do this, you can do this. I hope you enjoyed this, and we'll see you on the next video.